Hello everybody, my name is CyberAqua and welcome back to Fallen Hero Rebirth. This is something interesting. I recently talked to one of my subscribers. I forgot their name. Official Noon on something. Yeah. He or she, I do not know your gender, so I will try not to assume your gender. So sorry in advance if I actually say wrong gender. But what I'm trying to say is they pretty much talked on my last episode of Fallen Hero Rebirth. They're far more into the series and they're more of a reader than I am, but they kind of encouraged or more like motivated me to do more of this. I mean, you can literally see in the comments the amount of times we replied to each other. There's like no joke. Plus, if anyone wants to reply, please don't be afraid to comment down and below. It's like nothing to be afraid of. Any statement is accepted. Any question is not a dumb question, pretty much. Plus, if you post anything long, don't worry, I'm still gonna read it because I'm a small channel. So yeah, I thought I would bring that up since official noon on. I can't remember, since they were kind of afraid of people not replying to them writing a long statement. But please be assured, I do reply. Just that sometimes it takes me a while because either I'll be sleeping or there's time difference. That's what I should be saying. And so I'll be sleeping when you actually post a comment. I'll reply back maybe a few hours afterwards or maybe 8 hours afterwards, depending how it goes. But yeah, if you feel like commenting or asking me a question, go ahead. No question is a dumb question and any comment is accepted, short or long. Anyway, I wasted 2 minutes of your life. Congrats. Back into this thing. Right, where was I? I shouldn't be saying that. I should be saying where. What, did I leave it here? I think I did. Anyway. While doing this, my initial energy is high, but then afterwards my voice and stuff goes down because I'm too focused reading. So sorry about that. I did notice it in a few videos. I'm surprised nobody said anything about it, but yeah. Let's go with it. It's fine. Nobody's complaining, so let's go. You pride yourself at wait. You pride yourself at being able to keep a straight face. You suspected that Ortega might be there, as he never said no to a party. Okay, yeah. But you hadn't anticipated being invited yourself. Was that why he wanted to meet you face to face in the first place? To ask you out? Jesus. Is this homo? Please no. I mean, if that's two, Ortega makes a vague motion of his hand, tilting his head a little as he tries to read your hesitation. Perhaps your face wasn't as straight as you thought. You do remember that I didn't go to things like that even back then, right? Then, not to mention that you are already going there in another body. Yeah. Yes. But that was back when you had a secret identity. Now you're retired. Nobody's going to care right now. You said it yourself. Sidestep is dead. Yes, he's dead a long time ago. Yes. True. Right. True, you say. With what you hope is suitable, sad smile. But I see hate. Wait, no. I see? What's wrong with me? But I still hate big parties like that. Maybe we should just start out with dinner or something. You've got a point. The smile on Ortega's face is apologetic. And right now you are kicking yourself because you can't read either his mind or his reaction. Was this just an attempt to draw you out of your shell and get you to have a bit of fun with a friend? Or was it a stupid attempt at a proper date? You honestly have no idea and you hate it. Let me know when you have an opening in your schedule then. You keep your face neutral, feeling the need to get out of here before this conversation misfires even further. I think you probably are more booked than I am. That's true, and I will. Wait, what? That's true, and I will? Okay. Ortega promises with a sheepish laugh, shaking his hand. No, wait, what? Shaking your hand, not his hand. What is wrong? Why am I seeing different words for some reason? Right, shaking your hand. Hopefully the city will stay quiet for a little. I'd love to have some time to catch up properly. That would be nice, you say. Making sure not to let your smile grow wide enough to be creepy. Yeah, that'll be creepy. Because if there is one thing you do know, it is that this city won't be quiet for long. Not if you can help it. Leave the past behind. You. What achievement is that? Too many things showing. So I invite you to the gala. I couldn't read that, so oh well. A few days later, the gym smells of sweat and testosterone. Okay. But it's still a relief to be able to punch something and get your tension out. Sweat a bit. Not have to worry about being presentable. Normally you could lose yourself in the loneliness of repetition and adrenaline. But right now, you still have a mask to keep up. You're not alone here, after all. And therein lies the problem. Harder! Ortega holds the pad without effort. And you know that no matter how hard you punch, he won't really notice. Your lungs are burning, and you have lost your smile. You try to put your whole weight into each blow. Left, right. Weave. Remember to breathe. It would be easier if you could quiet your mind and just be in the moment. But Ortega has a way of keeping you off balance. That's starting to get annoying. I'm used to having a different body when training with him, so my timing is off. I keep thinking I'm my name rather than boy, which makes talking a bit risky. Being sweaty and half undressed together is a bit distracting. No, none of them. I'm used to having a different body when training with him, so my timing is off. Then again, this character, Boy, actually, that's the name I put it in. Boy isn't really into combat. He's just more of a fit type person that does the deal. I mean, if I arrange combat, that should be better. I keep thinking of my name rather than Boy, which makes it a bit risky. What should I go with? I think first option is good, because this character is just a side dealer type thing, I think. I keep thinking rather than Boy. No. Let's go with the first option. It's a bit weird, but hey. You should never have taken him up on his offer to train together. But you went back. And you said yes. And now you are sweating through your tank top. Trying to remember how to breathe when you punch something. It's not like your fists are prepared for this. You haven't walked up the Colossus or something you had back when you were side steps. I don't know what that word is. Colossus or calcium? Maybe? I don't know. It doesn't help that your puppet is shorter than you are as me name, and has much less reach. You had never really realized how tall Ortega was before. He's not exactly looming, but it feels like it now. You never minded Boy being short before, but right now it adds an extra layer of tension. But you don't have too much time to be bothered about these things. The clock is ticking, and right now there are just 3 days left. 3 days. 3 days until the gala opening of the museum. 3 days of trying to make yourself feel at peace again, to accept your decisions. 3 days until your new face is plastered all over the front page. Just 3 days left, and you count your punches. 1, 2, 3. And you miss and stumble off balance, and Ortega catches you before you fall. Of course he does. 3 days. How many more threes you want to put into this whole context? Thank you. Right, okay. You did that on purpose. You gasp. Shrugging free of his arm, painfully aware that he smells of sweat, and so do you. You feel very cheeky. You feel your cheeks flush a little, as it wasn't exactly the coolest of moves you pulled. I did, he confesses, with a wide, easy smile. Raising the pad once more, one on each hand to teach you precision. I know what it is, but I can't pronounce it. Precision something. You are off balance. Do that in a fight and you will end up on the ground. You scoff and raise your gloves again in a challenge. If I end up on the ground, I'll get back up. That's the way it works, isn't it? There's no count of 10 in the real world, but you feel that boy is a type to have a bit of false bravado, right? That's not how it works. Ortega has started to frown a little, worry written all over his face. More importantly, he has to let his pad slip a little too low. I'll teach him not to let his guard down. I'll play it nice for let's go with the not to let his guard down. With the faintest of evil smirks, you take advantage of the moment and drive a fist past the pad and into his stomach. He hadn't expected that, but it's still like hitting a brick wall. You've forgotten how much of his body is actually metal underneath the skin. He gasped a little, and that's that. Might want to keep your guard up, you say with a friendly smile. Wow, touchy, he chuckles. Rubbing his stomach, you simply raise your gloves again, smiling back a spider to his fly. All right, okay. I have to admit though, you hit his pad again. Pleased that even if you can't match him, boy is at least fit enough to make an impression. I never realized how much it would actually hurt to punch a superhero. Ortega's face falls a little. So you do know who I am. He looks so awkward there. A big man in gym clothes with his torch-led hair and frowned brow. Yeah, eyebrow. Yeah, brow, I think. Had he really thought people wouldn't make the connection? Darn, but he's naive at times. Of course I do. It's not like you're wearing a mask. You reach for the water bottle, hands clumsy in the gloves. I didn't. He hesitates a little, so obviously unsure how to act. I can't help it. I'll tease him a little. Yes. Let's go with that. It's all right, old man. I won't run and hide just because you happen to have superpowers. The old is another Bob, just because you like to see him scream. Really, he must be twice boy's age. Old, he scoffs, dropping the pad to wipe some sweat off his hand. Experience is the word I'd rather use. Experience enough to know what a mustache like that will give your identity away to anyone who with eyes. At least try wearing some glasses or something if you want to remain anonymous. I wasn't trying to hide. He's starting to look flustered, yeah. It just never came up. Besides, I don't need glasses. I'm sorry. You find yourself apologizing because it's the right thing to do. For boy. Not that you care. I just didn't know it was supposed to be a secret. It's not, I suppose. Ortega smiles a little sadly, picking up his own water bottle. It's just nice to remain anonymous sometimes. People treat you differently when they know who you are. I guess that's true. You have to force the shrug, but it is there. I wouldn't know. You are proud of yourself for managing to keep your face straight. In the quiet little moment while you both catch your breath, you ponder your options. You are sure Ortega is going to the benefit. Wait, you are sure Ortega is going to the benefit gala at the museum. A former marshal is exactly the kind of guest they want. You hadn't encouraged his flirting the first time you met, but the chemistry was there. If you gave him the opportunity, you think he would take you out without hesitation. Though that would mean going deeper into what he might think would be a buddying relationship. Flirting is dangerous business. Wasn't it flirting is a dangerous business? Or is flirting is dangerous business? I don't know. You need to get boy inside for your plan to work. And this way you would not have to bother with scamming a ticket on your own. There would also be less suspicious costs your way, since you would have a legitimate reason to be there. And you would be able to keep an eye on Ortega, so he doesn't do anything you haven't prepared for. Right, scroll down more. Your other option is, of course, to just use your powers and steal a ticket. You are unlikely to be found out in the resulting chaos, but there is a bigger risk of something happening to your puppet, since you won't have Ortega to guard him. I will manipulate Ortega into asking me out on a date. No date, I'm doing this on my own. Okay, so the problem is, what do? Do I use my buddy Ortega, Mr. Hero, to successfully do my job for my puppet, the boy? Or do I do it on my own and try and get a ticket? Oh, I had a third option. Oh, okay. I didn't really go on a date with Dr. Mortem. Let's try the first option. Because I need a guard for puppet. Because I need to switch in between characters. Right. Take a deep breath, running through possible scenarios in your head. You can do this. You will do this. Having boy date Ortega is the smarter choice for your grander scheme, even with the risk involved. Risk involved? You rub your forehead for a moment, suddenly indecisive. If you go through with this, Ortega will assume you are dating. And that will mean he would be concerned not only about me name, but about boy as well. Another weak point, sure, but also another point of intersection. You know him. He won't leave well enough alone if he thinks there is something bothering someone he cares about. Some things haven't changed, you suppose. So, is it worth the risk of getting closer to him, going from friendly training partner to date? Oh boy. But Ortega's already going with me name. Wait, it will be hard for Ortega to... No, it will be hard for me to control two bodies at once, because one, I need to sleep and go onto the other body. Let's try it. Let's still try it. In the end, the villain path is going to be interesting. So, does this change things between us? Ortega sounds a bit cautious as he raises the subject, and you wonder how far you are willing to take this. Flirting is a useful tool to use, but pulling him in deep feels a little unfair. You wouldn't mind taking him down to further your goals, but oddly, the thought of hurting his feeling makes you uncomfortable. I already told you I wasn't running for the hills. Besides, I have to admit this was fun. You say it with a teasing little grin, trying to suppress the feeling of guilt that keeps seizing your guts. I won't tell you. Wait, I won't tell you. I told you so, but I did. I'll take it stretches a little. Not trying very hard to hide the smile on his lips. Okay. You know that smile? You've seen it before. Darn. He really is. Darn, he really is into boy. It's not really something that I'm used to, though. You flex your arm as well, frowning a little as you are trying to remember that you are supposed to be the villain here. You will hurt a lot more than his feelings in the end. Having fun, being sore, you can't help but grimace. You know you are being a bleeding heart idiot, but knowing doesn't make your feelings go away. I'm sorry I didn't. Know your own strength. If you force a smile because this is stupid, there's no time for second thoughts, let alone over something as stupid as this. I suppose. There comes that awkward strudge that you know so well. But it doesn't matter, because you have to move on now. This is business, nothing else. You better get on with it. I guess you mostly hang out with other heroes, you say, after a brief pause, making sure you look slightly old and wistful. That's my job, you know. Another shrug, but you can see that he's straightened his shoulders a little. No matter the intervening years, Ortega reacts just like you predicted. You make it sound so unglamorous, right? Your smile is wide and honest this time because he really does. Maybe heroism is only a job for him these days, but your new path is nothing but passion. Right, good on. Where was I? Honesty. Honesty. I think honestly. I don't know. Honesty. Is it honestly? Honestly. Yeah, that's how I say it. Honestly. Honestly, your smile makes him light up a little as well. It's more sweat and bruises than gala openings. That's what you raise a questioning eyebrow, encouraging him to continue on the path you're luring him down. What are you doing this weekend? Why are you asking? You wish you didn't actually feel real emotions about his questions. Guilt, excitement. There's never one or the other around him, but always a painful mix. Because I might get to show you some of the more glamorous bits about being a hero, right? Ortega is in his element now, and you have to start getting into character. You can't be me name now. There's too much baggage. You're getting too close. You have to be boy. Next, we're going to rescue kittens. The words are out of his mouth before you can stop them. Apparently, boy is the teasing type. Ortega doesn't seem to mind as he chokes back a surprised laugh. I really need to remember that date idea for the future. Wait a minute. You hold up a finger. No, boy holds up a finger. You said date, as in this glamorous weekend thing might be a date? Might be. Ortega draws out the word slightly. Not quite a draw, but almost. If you say yes, yes to what? A confession is only half fiend because you are still fighting a battle inside to react as boy, with my name still clinging to the reins. Now you're just teasing. Or maybe I'm dense. You're only half kidding. No, I really don't think you are. The words are soft and honest enough that you can feel your heart skipping another beat. But fine, I'll ruin the surprise. I'll ruin the surprise, right? Good. I really don't like surprises, especially not right now. Then, would you like to go with me to the opening of the new Heroic Heritage Museum? He makes the proposition more effortlessly than you would have imagined. Are you the only one who struggles here? They've promised me there will be a party and celebrities. Does that mean you'll be wearing a suit? You smile is teasing enough to make him huff up a little. I'll have you know that I do that a lot. Ortega looks almost offended at the look of disbelief on your face. People say I'm a snappy dresser, okay? I've only seen you in sweatpants, remember? You can't help it. You cross your arms over your chest, giving him a cheeky look. When you put it that way, I have no idea why you'd want to go out with me. There's still such a happy smile on his face, and you are standing to realize how many shades of smiles Ortega has. You had forgotten that he could look this happy. There's always a caution, sadness with Mine. Was it different back then? Okay, scroll down. I haven't said yes yet. The words are out of your mouth before you can stop them. They are still your reflexes to fight. The ones that make you keep everyone at arm's length, even if you want to pull them closer. Or in this case, need to. Do you mean I can't bribe you with free food? Luckily, Ortega takes it the right way, eyes widening in mock horror, one hand pressed against his chest as if to hold back a shocked gasp. That, you allow your smile to break through, is a hard argument to say no to. I'll take that as a yes. The nod makes it a done deal. So exactly how much do I need to dress up? You look down at your own sweaty form, wondering how much that ignorance should play here. Not too much. Boy might be younger than Ortega, but you don't get the feelings this might be a midlife crisis. Well, it's times like this when you have to... Wait. Well, it's times like this when you have a good excuse too, so I'd suggest to the teeth. Does that sound agreeable? Ortega smiles again, and you echo it back. It's starting to feel a little too natural, but you have to get into character. That's all it is. I think I can manage. You nod a little, trying to look self-confident, even if you feel like you're losing your foot. Time to end this conversation now before you do something you might regret. I think I'm looking forward to that. You and me both. You breathe a sigh of relief once you have turned your back on him after a safe handshake. Nothing more. This is all for good cause. Nothing else. Next chapter. Okay. What's the time? Okay. So I can keep going for a few more minutes. 3 days later this time. You will not leave anything to chance. Back when you were still fighting on the side of the angels, the truth was that you and Ortega won more fights due to your opponent's idiocy than through your own brilliant tactics. Inevitably, people would end up backstabbing each other, or someone would not bother sticking to the plan. If you were in trouble, you could always count on some hothead deciding to go after their arch nemesis instead of pressing home their advantage as a team. The point is that villains are not stable individuals. They are a collection of psychopaths and idiots, of megalumacies and criminals. They can be trusted only to screw themselves over as readily, I don't know, as their enemies. Which is why you have made sure to keep your exposures to them to a sheer minimum. You are different. You will not make a fool of yourself. So tonight, you have everything planned out, step by step. The first step is getting out of the rented limousine, right? Taking care to move with purpose. Your suit is worth several months of rent. Yep, that is. But it's all for a good cause. It's not like you paid for it anyway, and it lends you the kind of authority that you need tonight, especially since you have to compete with Ortega, who pulls off dressing up with an ease you never have understood, right? You have to be confident enough to pull this off, to step into the shoes of a man for whom these surroundings are completely natural. No room for hesitation. Of course, there's nothing new when you are inhabiting Boy's body. Life is strange, and you just have to deal still. At times like this, I love being Boy. I feel increasingly uncomfortable, but I'm trying to hide it. Let's go with the first option. It's kind of, it's a different kind of anonymity or something. Anonymity or something. Being Boy. People look at you, but it's not you they are looking at. The mask might be skin deep, but it feels like it goes a lot deeper. The thing you have to fear, as my name is, are not things that bother you now. Let people look. You know you are magnificent. As you approach the brightly lit door, you cast a glance back over your shoulder. You can see the white van parked on the far side of the street. The owner should be at the bar further down the block, drinking heavily. The suggestion you planted should keep him there for the rest of the night. There's nothing to connect him to what is about to happen. He will just wake up with a hangover and a very foggy memory of the last few days. Nothing unusual, you are sure. It is weird thinking that your proper self is resting in the back of the van, an empty body dressed up in an advanced battle suit and covered by top. Oh, covered by top. Right, top. It should be close enough to slip into when you need to. It won't be long now. Jesus, why is it hard to read? So this is how it feels, huh? You don't realize that you have mused out loud until Ortega chuckles quietly next to you. This is indeed how it feels. The less sweaty and more glamorous parts of being famous. There are flashes from cameras as you approach the door, but few of them are aimed at you. Its glorious dresses they are out to capture, and neither you nor Ortega fit the bill. Excuse me. Will there be Oh, far out. I know the word, but I can't pronounce it for some reason. Skip that word. Da da da. Will there be da 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 on why he did not have a girl on his arm? Coming morning, will he care? Not for the first time. You wonder how uncomfortable he is with this, but he has his public face on, which means that everything is taken in stride. It's going to be interesting to see if you can shake him out of it. There is no way he can be prepared for what is about to happen. Speculatively, gossip is the least of his worries. What's so funny? I just had you really laughed out loud? You must have, because Ortega commented on it, and you can feel your cheeks redden slightly. Control. This just feels unreal, you say, swallowing down the residual myth or whatever. Can I just say my own saliva or something? I don't know. I know what you mean. Ortega waves you through the door with a nod and a smile to the security staff. No ticket needed for the famous. Oh, don't give me that. You cross your arms and frown once you're inside, annoyed despite yourself. You'll probably do this all the time. With the woman, yes. With you, it's the first time for me as well. The smiles throw you a little. You can't tell if it's practiced or if he actually means it. Nowhere to be sure. Then you'd better get both of us a drink. That tends to make everything go smoother. You smile. Your smile still feels stale on your lips. That can be arranged, he says, not noticing your emotional turmoil. I'll be right back. That's what he said. Look around the room. What's the time? Okay, I can keep going. I got this. It feels strange to walk here amongst your so-called betters. Right, okay, but it is no stranger than the other things you've done recently. If anything, it makes you feel more at home than usual, because here everybody wears a mask. Yours just go a little deeper than most. Overhead, the dome ceiling is filled with lights resembling stars, lowered from dazzling brilliance to comfortable ambient. Nobody needs bright lights to reveal their flaws, and you know that as time passes, faces will begin to shift. Makeup will rub off and be clumsily reapplied. Faces going stale from too many lies and too much campage or something. It will also allow for some refuge from the ever-present cameras. While the photographers are not as numerous in here, very few being allowed that accreditation to get inside. Some are still allowed to capture the stories that the people in charge want to tell. Normally, you'd be annoyed at their presence, but right now they are providing you best protection against the special directives. Right, a team made for war zones. A team made for war zones, and Shadow isn't something deployed in public areas like this. Right, okay, which is what you have counted on. You do not want to be their target yet. You know too much about them to even imagine that you would be ready. This, however, is more up your alley. The people here are ignorant and rich, and their security is laughable. inadequate or something against someone who knows what they are doing? Have they grown? Wait, have they grown that safe and indolent, trusting to the rangers and other heroes to keep them safe? How little they understand about the true nature of things. You look forward to teaching them a lesson. Still, it feels oddly familiar to be here with Ortega, even if it is as boy. That, of course, is very different than if you had come as yourself. And the longer you are here, the clearer that gets. It's not just you and your lack of telepathy. It is how Ortega is treating you. It is different somehow, which is why on the ride over here you made one thing clear to him. This is a real date, perhaps the first of several. We are just flirting. Who knows where this will go from here? We are just friends, but that doesn't mean we can't have fun. This is our business. I will make sure. Let's go with the third option. That sounds more suitable. It's been a while since you were friends with Ortega, and you don't think you could afford that risk now. But this is why you have boy, to take the risk that would be too much in your real body. You spot movement out of the corner of your eye and bring back the smile to your lips just in time, or perhaps slightly too late. You're looking thoughtful. Ortega returns with drinks, and you gratefully accepts a glass. You can see from his frown that he has noticed your unease. I'm not used parties like this. What? Is it? I'm not used to parties like this. Wouldn't that be better? What? Okay, it doesn't. I guess I'm wrong. Whatever. You admit sipping your champagne, isn't it? Is it called champagne? Oh God, Jesus. You get used to it eventually. I remember being terrified for the first time I went to a party like this. The laugh is soft and fond. And for a moment, the years slide away and you can see Ortega as he used to be. Then I realized they're just people. People with more money, but people all the same. I make a snarky reply. I express disbelief in that he's ever been terrified. I'll be choky. Let's go with the first one. Are you sure about that? You smile wickedly as you look around. With how many operations some of these people have gone through, they could have started out as anything. Ortega chokes back a laugh that would have made him spray his champagne everywhere. I mean, that guy over there must be at least part Whippet? That's the CEO of Eden Industries. Ortega tries to recover himself. I wonder if they just took all his leftover skins and then stitched it to the back of his head. You're terrible, he says. But there's a smile on his lip. And yet I am here with you. Granted, I do have terrible taste. You both share a look and empty your glasses. It is frightening how easy it is to fall back into the old banter with them. Frightening and dangerous. Let's get away from the crowds, you suggest as you try to collect yourself. Turning towards what you assumed are the exhibits. The crowds are thinner there than in the main foyer, consisting mostly of hero groupies discussing people they wish they knew. That sounds like a good idea. Ortega smiles a little as he follows. Otherwise, someone will eventually turn this into a photo op. I thought you'd enjoyed the media. You always looked like you really knew what you were doing. You realized that your mask is slipping and you quickly add, on the television, I mean. I'm a good actor. The shrug is small but ends the discussion all the same. The cooler quiet of the exhibition hall embraces you both as you start walking further inwards, being quiet together. It's almost a comfortable quiet. Actually, yeah, it's 40. It's like 40 something minutes. I might stop here. So yeah, I'll continue this one off next time. Yeah, thank you so much for watching and listening, whichever you do. You either watch or listen to this, because this is just me telling a story of Fallen Hero Rebirth. I wonder if there's the first one. Yeah, I'm curious. I might look into that afterwards. Anyway, thank you so much for watching again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.